Very truly, I tell you, one of you will betray me. Little children, I am with you only a little longer. Where I am going, you cannot come. And very truly, I tell you, before the rooster crows, you will have denied me 3 times. Jesus says all of those things and more, but then he states, do not let your hearts be troubled. It seems to me these consoling words of Jesus are more comforting, even more meaningful when they are put back into their context. And that is that in John's gospel, Jesus has had that last meal with his disciples. And in John's gospel, we don't get this kind of communion, this is my body breaking the bread, words of institution. No, in John's gospel, we get what I feel is almost even, as powerful. Jesus kneeling on the floor in the dirt to hold and wash his followers' feet. By doing this, he is opening up his heart and showing, letting them feel, not just telling them, but letting them know his love, God's love. And then he lets them know that his life will be taken from him, that he will not be with them much longer. Like I said, that is the context for the passage assigned for today. And context is really important. So anyway, this is a passage that I have read and I have preached many times, especially at funerals. This reassuring, a calming image of room, mansion, many rooms, a space, a place for us, for all of us, with God, is meant to encourage Jesus's followers then and now. This is also then the context of verse 6. The verse that when several of us gathered over Zoom this past Monday to look at this text, we focused on that verse. And while many of us hear Jesus as way and truth and life, and we find hope in that, we struggle with what comes next. That line, no one comes to the Father except through me. We struggle because we have heard these words, and I think we've heard them taken out of context. And we have used or heard these words used by other Christians to exclude non-believers, non-Christians from salvation, from heaven. Jesus, though, when we put the words back into their context, is less declaring an eternal dogma and more seeking to encourage, uplift, and confirm his followers. What he's saying, frankly, should sound familiar to us, to the messages we've been hearing lately. It's bad. It's going to get worse. But stay the course. When the world looks like it's crashing down, the way of truth and life is the way of compassion and love, not violence, not judgmentalism, not the search for security or my own rights. My way, as Jesus puts it and says to us, is to, no matter what, no matter what happens, pursue the path of peace, the struggle for justice, which, again, is so needed in this world and will and should be preached from so many, well, our current pulpits are our kitchen tables and lawn chairs and offices. But Jesus says to his followers and to us that we can do amazing things, that we can and we will live earth-saving and death-defying lives as we keep on his way. Keep on keeping on, so to say, the way of love, his way, God's way is our way, our only way. Amen.